Hi, this is Don Southerton in another episode of Everything Korea. Let's just jump right in. Coming off the Memorial Day holiday here, I use holidays as a time to read, study, write, refocus, and recharge. This means opting out of perusing Facebook and Twitter, as well as checking emails. I'm happy this year that both the American Memorial Day weekend holiday and in Korea, Buddha's birthday coincided. I'm also always asked, Don, what are you reading these days? I can recommend a number of books, but I'd like to also sort of talk about 3 books today and tie them into the topic. The first book I've been reading, continue to read, is Brian Grazer's book, A Curious Mind. And Brian Grazer is a Hollywood television and film producer, and he with his creative partner Ron Howard run Imagine Entertainment. A second book, The Startup of You. This is Reid Hoffman's book. Reid Hoffman is the co-founder and the chairman of LinkedIn. And the third is called Hatching Twitter, and it's sort of a behind the scenes of the launch and creation of Twitter. And it's by Nick Bilton, who is a journalist. All 3 give some great insights into the varying aspects of American business, behind the scenes, and the subcultures. This brings us to today's topic, that is recognizing diverse subcultures. Too often, like an iceberg, what is seen on the surface only shares a portion of a business, and in particular for different business models in respective countries, markets, and regions. What is truly deceptive is what is on the surface of business. Might appear would be business is just business. And everything can appear very similar globally. However, the challenge emerged is that each business sector can vary considerably in the West. And these 3 books I mentioned just highlight how different. For example, Brian Grazer, as this Hollywood insider and successful television and film producer, talks about expectations within filmmaking, and specifically Hollywood, that require a special mindset, which at the core is creating ideas. Building on this, the other 2 books look at recent trends and subcultures that exist within their sectors. So, for example, the LinkedIn chairman points out that in contrast to an old model embodied by the once great Detroit, we find the entrepreneurial mojo of the Silicon Valley area embracing a willingness to take bold risks and accept failure, coupled with a network of alliances to work in a collective action. More revealing to inner workings, we find in Hatching Twitter that things can vary even among and across startups. Cited in the book is one of the Twitter co-founders, Biz Stone, who willingly went from a startup, which would then be from his background with Google, to a startup which would become Twitter. And at Google, he had unlimited free meals, free snacks, free bus to work, and free, inexhaustible everything. And this was replaced with an office where the homeless slept in the stairway, the only free transportation was his 2 feet, and the only free food and drink was a beer after work if his boss picked up the tab. And I've actually worked in and around Google some. Pretty amazing workplace. That said, the author notes, the cultural difference was incalculable. The stereo robotic culture of Google, with its know-it-all engineers and bossy bosses, was replaced with tattooed hackers and do-as-you-want mentality. So what am I saying here? To my friends and clients in Korea, I'd share that these are just several examples of the diversity in the Western work, culture, and norms. A deep understanding is required to be effective in this local market. In contrast, no 2 Korean companies and groups are entirely alike in their mindset. Even within divisions and sister companies within a group can vary. However, workplace culture, norms, and processes are relatively similar. For example, hierarchical titles, the role of finance, the team focus, juniors' deference to seniors, pressure to take action over considerable upfront critical thinking, as well as top-down oversight and decision making. So we have a really different similarity, a lot of diversity in the West. Even though there are differences in the Korean workplace, there is a lot of mostly similarities. All said, I'm also asked about another pet project of mine over the past few years. And this is called Mad for Garlic. My Korean friends and expat community in Korea know the brand well. In short, Mad for Garlic is known for its unique and innovative menu with garlic, specialized and inspired Italian cuisine. I was asked to assist the Korean team in U.S. market entry. And this was a rare and very smart move by the Korean team, who recognized the need for local support. Our first round was getting the word out to the food service restaurant industry. And I summed this up really nice in a PDF study, and the link to that study is included. As is often the best case, our original strategy was to find a master developer for the U.S. market. We've evolved that and are shifting now to our thought process of finding a venture capital group or an angel to invest in the international development of the brand. This makes considerable sense because last year the Korean entity partnered with Standard Charter Private Equity and with a considerable investment by them to oversee and manage the domestic Korean operations, which is now 40 plus strong of the Mad for Garlic service. What we're looking for is working with the Korean team to accelerate the international development through a similar partnership with a Western venture capital group, angel investor, private equity group. So if anyone has questions on that, thoughts, or an interest, please contact me directly and we can talk more about that. Oh, one more thing. I'm off to Nashville, Tennessee this week, and more specifically as a speaker on a panel for international development in the Clarksville, Montgomery County area. This will soon be home to the $180 million Hankook Tire plant. So until next time, this is Don Southerton wishing you all the best. As always, links below will send you to some of these books, to that PDF study, and also how to directly contact me. Again, thanks everyone. Have a great week.